Hello, Miss Anmol, and this is my video walkthrough about my thematic infographic. So, I'm here showing the assessment brief on which topic I have focused and which topic I chose for this thematic infographic, which is the trends on how has physical computing developed over time. And after some search, I searched first about the development of physical computing throughout all of the years, and I have come up with the website and the references on what to put on my thematic infographic, and then I proceeded into designing it as well. At first, I designed all of this, but at first I placed some pictures that were not really relevant or connected to the topic, so I replaced it with something like laptops, PCs. Then all about this is making it look like history itself, and especially this one. This gives like a map type of vibe in which how physical computing developed. Just it's not just in one nation or one country, but it developed across the globe. So I also included that, and then the mission scroll, and then the books here that says history. If I zoom in here, it says history. So we're talking about a timeline here about physical computing. So this timeline explains the major points of the development of physical computing throughout the years, starting from the 1960s, which is the year when the physical computing were started to develop. So in the year 1960s, there's a point here. Early days, the early years of physical computing saw pioneers like Douglas Engelbart and Ivan Sutherland experimenting with computers and physical interactions. So this is the year when two pioneers that named Douglas Engelbart and Ivan Sutherland were seen experimenting about the computers and how they can interact with humans or the users, and how can they develop something more about the computers. And in the year 1970s, microprocessors and PC revolution, the advent of microprocessors and the rise of personal computers provided a foundation for physical computing to grow. So this is the year when the personal computers were rising and people in their homes were starting to have their own computers at home, and also the advent of microprocessors were also starting to grow in this year. The year 1980s, human computer interaction emerges. The discipline of computer interaction, which is also called HCI, emerged, with physical computing becoming a focus of research within HCI. So, physical computing was just basically the focus here to the human computer interaction. So, in the year 1990s, the Internet of Things take shape. The idea of connecting everyday objects to the internet, known as the Internet of Things, was first proposed. So in the year 1990s, internet were starting to rise up in this year. So it says here that the idea of connecting everyday objects to the internet is proposed in this year. While in the year 2000s, open source hardware gains traction. The rise of open source hardware platforms such as the Arduino, Raspberry Pi, it may be these words are can be really you can get familiar with these words. Then it made it easier and more accessible for people to engage in physical computing. Arduino are mostly on robotics, so you can search also on what the purpose of the Raspberry Pi. So these two words are really common in the physical computing. In the year 2000s, the maker movement grows. The maker movement grew, with the physical computing tools becoming increasingly affordable and accessible, leading to a surge in new and creative projects. In this year, this is a huge year wherein things are starting to become more and more creative and more innovative in some ways, wherein the computers, and not just computers but all of the technology, are starting to grow and develop and become better each year. So this is where it says the maker movement grows. In the year 2020s, AI and robotics advance. Advances in artificial intelligence and robotics have given rise to a new physical computing devices that can perform complex tasks and interact with the world in novel ways. So in the year 2020s, people are the world is developing globally when it comes to AI and robotics, and wherein they build robots who can communicate with humans, who has physical interaction as well. If you know the girl robot that was made, it was also made by a an engineer, and it was really great and excellent on how it was made, and it looks like, it seems like it has a brain itself. It's like talking to a person. Then, so with the overview, this timeline highlights some of the major developments in the history of physical computing and provides a general overview of the evolution of the field. So that is all for my thematic infographic. I hope you enjoyed listening, and thank you.